Hi friends, this is a test. I want to see how far I can get making a hat while I wait to pick up some of my clients. I'm using this Big Twist value. The color is burnt orange and I must have got it on sale at Joann's. So let's go ahead and see how far we can get making a hat. And we are 35 seconds in right now. Let's see, I need a scripture. Let's see, I'm in the car, so let me think of one right off the top of my head. I'll go with one of my favorites. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works before the foundation of the world. And that's Ephesians 2:10. So I think that's exactly how it goes, but it could be a couple of words because different versions say different things. Some versions say we are God's handiwork. Some versions say we are God's masterpiece. So I like masterpiece, but yeah, check it out. But anyway, we're going to start with the magic circle. So this is how I make a magic circle. Let me see, let me put it down a little bit. I take the yarn and I cross it across my finger like an X. I do like an X. Let's see if we can kind of get you guys to see that. I'm not sure. So I do like an X. Then I put the hook under one part of the X. So like here's the X in the middle. I put the hook under one part and I just pull up on it. And then I just pinch the circle and chain one. So that's what I do. So now we got to chain one. So now I'm going to chain one more because I like to do the chain two, but the chain two does not count as a stitch in my hat patterns. So now I am going to put 12 double crochets into this circle. So double crochet, we yarn over, pull through two, pull through two, yarn over, insert it into the circle, pull through two, pull through two, yarn over, put it into the circle. I think I'm off the film. Let's see. All right, we'll do that again. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to put it in the circle, and we're going to pull that strand through. We have 3 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of them, yarn over and pull through 2 more of them. So I kind of don't have the camera where I can put it down, so I'm just doing the best I can. I'm just trying to see how far I can get. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, yarn over, insert it into the circle, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, put it in the circle, pull it up, pull through 2, pull through 2. See, this would go a lot faster if I was at a table where I can, like, put it down. But we're just going to keep going. Yarn over, put it in the hole, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, put your in the circle, pull through 2, yarn over. Let's see. And let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only have 10. Let's see, so we need 2 more. 11 and 12. So now I'm going to recount those to make sure. And I'm not going to count the chain 2 because it does not count in this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what I'm counting are the little V's. That's what I'm counting. So I have 12. I'm going to put my hook back in there. I am going to pull through. I'm going to pull my circle tight. And then I am going to do a slip stitch into the first double crochet, not the chain 2, the first double crochet. And then I am going to just slip stitch that and pull it tight. I am going to chain 2, 1, 2. It does not count as a stitch in this pattern. So I am going to put 2 more double crochets into that same hole. All right, and then I'm going to put 2 double crochets in every stitch around. That's what I'm going to do. And when I am done, it should be 24 stitches in this circle. So, and this is what is called an increase. When you put more than one stitch in the same hole, it is called an increase. So we're going to continue that until I get all the way around. I'm in the car. There's no editing, so we're just gonna see how far we can get till either we get tired, because it is hot in this car, or until my clients come out, whichever comes first. So stay tuned. It may be several parts. You guys know how I do. I don't edit my videos. I just do them. And if I need to make several parts, then that's just what I do. So we are putting 2 double crochets into each of our stitches. All right, 2 double crochets. Now we are here. And let's count them. Let's see. And we do not count the chain 2. So if you do count the chain 2, then you'll know you're supposed to have 24 in this one. So if you have 25, that's still right, because you're not counting the chain 2. It doesn't count as a stitch, but if you want to count it, it is part of this round. So I'm not going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have 24. Now I am going to slip stitch into the first double crochet of this row. So I'm going to slip stitch and close off this round. And now I am going to chain 2. 1 and 2. I am going to put a single crochet back into that first stitch. That's going to be my first single crochet of the row. So this row is going to be 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and so forth. So the first one gets 1, plus it has our chain 2 that doesn't count. So the next one is going to have 2. 1 and 2. The next one is going to have just 1. The next one is going to have 2. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit. Maybe I can get a little bit more comfortable. And this row that one has 2. This one's going to have 1. This one's going to have 2. And my yarn is getting tight, so I'm going to pull me out some yarn. Let's see. I'm just going to try to pull out a whole little section. So I pulled out a whole little section, and hopefully that will flow a little bit more freely. So then we are going to do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So sometimes it helps if you count. I'm counting because I'm with you guys. Normally I don't count. We're on a 2. And we're going to do 1 and 2. And we're going to do 1 and 2. And we're going to do 1. And we're still doing double crochets. This whole hat is going to be double crochets. And 2. And this is going to be 1 and 2. And when we get further into it, I'll show you some tips or tricks to know where you are and help you to stay on track. Let's see, 2. This one is a 2. And this one is a 1. And then you should end on a 2. You started on a 1, you should end on a 2. Okay, so if we count this row, this is what it looks like on the right side. This is what it looks like on the wrong side. So if we count this row, we should have, I'm not going to count the first chain 2 because that does not count as a stitch in our pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. So each row we're going to be increasing by 12, since that's what we started out with. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet, not our chain 2, because it does not count as a stitch in this pattern. The only thing our chain 2 is going to be doing for us is getting us up to our height. Some people chain 3, but I chain 2. Let's see, I'm going to turn this on and see if I can let some windows down because I'm getting hot. So I'm going to slip stitch to close this row. And then I am going to chain 2, which does not count as a stitch in this pattern. And then I am going to put 1 single crochet in that stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochets in the next. So this is our increase row. We do 1, 1, and 2, 1, 1, and 2. That's what we're going to be increasing in this row. So we need 1 more in that one. That's our 2. And then we're going to go 1, 1, and 2. I'm sweating. Oh, but I'm feeling the breeze. I'm feeling the breeze. 1, 1, and 2. So we're going to increase our 36 by 12 in this row. So we're going to go 1, 1, and 2. And then we're going to go 1, 1, and 2. It's a little bit repetitive, but it helps us to stay focused, especially when you're new to crochet. You would just, just call out those stitches to yourself so that you could stay on track. Oh, God, that breeze feels so good. It's so hot. It is hot here in California. Hot in California. So let's see. We got 1, 1. And our next one is going to be 2. We're going to have 1, 1, and 2. And I'll probably do this again when I have better, when I'm at home, so I can kind of like point the camera so you can see on the top side. You're seeing from the back side right now. But I just wanted to do a little experiment to see how it would come out. It may come out okay. It may not come out okay. But if you already know how to crochet, then it's not going to matter because you already know what I'm doing. But if you're new to crochet, then you might need a little bit more help to see what it looks like on the other side. Let's see, we got 2, 1, 1, 2. Uh-oh, let's see, did we get 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1? Okay, so we're at a 2. And we got 3 more stitches. We got 3 more stitches. So we're going to do 1, 1, and you always end on a 2. That's one way you can make sure that you are on the right track. So now we're going to count this row and see if we increase from 36, that we only added 12. So let's see. And we're not going to count the chain 2 because it does not count in this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So we increased by 12. We went from 36 to 48. And let's go another round. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, not the chain 2, because the chain 2 counts as nothing but a height stitch in our pattern. So we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to go 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So in the next stitch, so we're going to go, each stitch is going to get a single crochet 1, 2, 3 times, and then in the next one we're going to do a increase. So we're going to do 2 stitches. So we're going to go 1, 1, 1, and then the next stitch gets 2. Now here's the trick that I was going to tell you about. I don't know if you'll be able to see it good. But when you get to the stitches that should have 2 double crochets, all of your 2 double crochets should line up, whether you did it on an increase of 1, whether you did it on an increase of 2, whether you did it on an increase of 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Every time you're supposed to put an increase in the stitch below it should have 2 in there as well. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but I just put an increase in this stitch right here. There's 2 double crochets in there. There's 2 double crochets in the one below it. There's 2 double crochets in the one below it, and 2 double crochets in that one. The other ones, see how there's 1, 1, 1, 1, except for the row that where you started your increase with 2 in there. That one will have 2 in every single stitch, but everything after that, your increase rows should line up. So let's continue on. Let's see, we got 2 in there, so we're going to go another one. 1, 1, 1, and the next one is going to get 2. And I am using, I'm not sure if I told you, but I am using a size I hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter hook. And this hook I got from Hobby Lobby because I like hooks with a grip to hold on to, and I like hooks that have a long shaft neck. That's just my preference. Other people may have another preference, but my preference is this type of hook. These are my favorite hooks. So now we're going to go 1, 1, and 1. And now I'm getting to one where the row below it has 2 double crochets. So I know I'm going to put 2 double crochets in there. But it comes after my 1, 1, 3 anyway. So we're going to keep on going. Somebody's trying to call me, but I'm not going to answer. So let's go. 1, 1, and 1. And then my next one has 2, and I'm going to put 2. 1 and 2. And then let's go 1, 1, 1. That's my 3. And then the next one has 2. Let's go put the 2 in there. So let's go. Keep going. And then we have 1, 1. Uh-oh, I'm all off camera. This is a little awkward. Let's see. I don't know how to get it to where it's going to continue to film. Hopefully I wasn't off camera this whole time. So this one has 2. Let's go 1, 1, 1. So that's 3 singles and then a double. 1 and 1. See, we're almost done with the top of this hat. and we've 19 minutes into it. So let's keep on going. 1, 1, and 1. So this way you can see how long it really takes to make a hat. And let's see, that one had 2, so let's do 2. And then we got to go back to our 1 and 1 and 1. And then we're at 2, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. 1, 1, and 1. That's our 3 singles, and then 2 in the same stitch. And then we have 4 more stitches left. So those 4 stitches, we'll put 1, 1, 1, and then in the last one, we're going to put 2, because when we end, we're always supposed to end with 2. So here we go. We're going to go 1, 1, 1, and 2. So this is, let's count our stitches and see if we got 12 again. So our last row we had 48. So 12 again would be 60. So let's see. We're not going to count our chain 2 because it's not a part of our stitches. It's just a filler and a height to get our height. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. So we have our 60. So we are going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet and close up that row. So now I have 60, and I'm going to stop at 60. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. If you want to continue to go ahead on to make your hat bigger, the next round will be 72, and the next round after that will be the next set of 12, and so forth and so on. So we're going to see how big we're going to get this hat with a size eye hook, and we're only going to increase to 60 rows. So this is what it looks like. So let's continue to go on. And now we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 rows. So I think I'm going to go to either 12 or 13 rows. But now I'm only going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch and continue that around. And then it's going to start bringing the hat down to the side. So, and it took 23 minutes to do that with me talking. So if I wasn't talking, it probably would have took maybe 15 minutes to get to this 60. So every row is going to start with a chain 2 and a double crochet into the same stitch. But now we're only putting 1 double crochet in every single stitch around. Only 1. So every row from here on out until we decide what we're going to do when we get to our 12, 13 rows is going to have 60 stitches. No more increases. Unless you want to increase to the next row, and then whatever, if you increase and whatever you stop increasing and you start doing your single double crochets, every row of your pattern will have that amount of stitches. But we're going to stop at 60. So we're just going to put 1 double crochet into every single stitch. 1. And I'll probably just go ahead on and maybe do 1 or 2 rows with you, and then end, and then come back when I have come back when I have completed it to go to the next step. But for right now, this is where we are. We are just putting 1 double crochet in every single stitch around. And when we end this row, we are going to have 60 not single crochets, I'm sorry. We're going to have 60 double crochets. And we're going to have 60 double crochets plus our chain 2. So 61 stitches or whatever. But the chain 2, remember, counts as nothing. So I don't count it. It's just 60 double crochet stitches. So we're going to keep going, keep going. Let's see. And remember, the double crochets, yarn over, stick it in the top of the stitch and pull through 2, pull through 2. So I am sticking it in this top stitch right here. But like I said, I'm going to have to do another video so you can see from the top side. So that way you can kind of get a better, you can see better what I'm doing. Lots of trucks going by, lots of trucks going by. So basically this is just a kind of like a crochet and chat with me, especially if you already know how to crochet, because I feel like I need to do a better tutorial if you're a beginner crocheter. Or if you have a little skill. But we're just going to keep on growing. Crochet and chat, crochet and chat. What have you guys been up to? I've been doing lots of stuff. I just completed a large order with some charcuterie boards that I engraved on the Glowforge. And also some paint and sip canvases that I did sublimation. I sublimated the image onto some sublimation paper, and then I heat pressed it onto the canvas. Okay, we're at the end of the row. We're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, and then we are going to join that, and then we're going to chain 2, and put a double crochet back into that stitch, and then we're going to continue the process. 1 double crochet in each single double crochet until we get to the end. That is what we're doing. So we're just crocheting and chatting today. Crocheting and chatting. So yeah, the paint and sips, like I was saying, it's I sublimated the image onto sublimation paper, and then I heat pressed it on with my heat press. And I also like to create like what the image could possibly look like on a Dollar Tree towel. So the towels I get from the Dollar Tree. They're the microfiber ones for $1. And so it's like a little gift or a souvenir, or it's you can use it to clean your brush while you're doing the paint and sip. You can use it for whatever you want. So it's just a free gift that I like to give with all my paint and sips. So that's what I was doing. So that's almost finished packing up. I just need to put the instructions into the charcuterie boards, the carrying instructions. And then I also need to finish putting the towels into the packages of the paint and sip boards, because I package them all individually. So I don't know if I'll take the charcuterie boards and stick it in the back of each of the paint and sips, and then let the organizer break it up or do it however she wants to do it. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So we are almost to the end again of this next row. We'll count how many rows after this, and then I'll probably let you go to finish yours to finish. Oh, I have a needle in there, so I might go ahead and weave in that end that's in there. But I don't know if I have. Oh, I think I do have some scissors in there. So we will finish this row, weave in that end, and then we will come back when we each have completed go to row 13. So do 13 rows, and then we'll do something different. We'll add on either a wavy brim, or we'll add on a ruffle hat brim. My ruffle hat little snippet got a lot of views, so I think people want to learn how to add those ruffles to the hat. So we may do the ruffle. We may do this as a ruffle hat beanie. So that's what I think I'm going to do, because I definitely should have enough of this yarn to get that done. So I'll tell you what the specs of this yarn is in just a second. So we're almost done with that snatch, that little grab that I pulled out the center. It's almost done. So all right, so we are going to slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch to the top of the double crochet, and this is the back of it. So you can see a little bit where the line is, but not much. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. So 7, another 6 rows will give us 13. So you could go ahead and do that. Let's see, I have a darning needle. So I'm gonna go ahead and weave in this in. And I just like to take mine. I take my yarn, I pinch it over the top of whatever needle I'm using, and then I'll squeeze it and stick it in. So, like I said, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but then I'm going to take this and I'm going to start putting it into that circle. This is my middle circle, and I'm just going to pull it through there. And I'm going to keep on going until I get around the entire circle. I put it in more stitches, and I'm just going to pull it. And I'm going to keep on going some more. And I'm going to be pulling that circle tight, but don't pull it too tight, and make sure you don't go through the other end, because you don't want to see it on the other side. And then I'm just going to go through a little bit more. And then I'm going to pull it tight once I've gone through around that circle a little bit. Let's see if I have some scissors in here. Got lots of them. I can feel that I have lots of yarn in here, but do I have any scissors or a seam ripper that I can cut? Oh, yep, I got some scissors. Scissors in my bag. So then I'm just going to cut that off. Cut that yarn off. And now my center seam is woven in. This is what the outside looks like. So remember, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go to 13. So that's about another 6 rounds. Go ahead and finish to row 13, and then come back, and then we'll start on another half. When I come back, I'm going to be to row 13 as well. All right. Thanks for watching. God bless. You have an awesome and an amazing day. Be blessed, my friends. Bye-bye.